This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutation viewers, Vauldemare back here with another episode of Dark Souls. In the last episode, we explored the bit of Lost Easlet that we could before the plot requires me to do specific things to get it started. So, I've decided after some considerable thought that I will show you how to get the Covenant instead of showing the alternate cutscene to this boss that comes up ahead. I know you're probably disappointed, but really I guess it is bittersweet to see the alternate scene of this, but I feel like showing the Covenant's initially more interesting for the plot because the cutscene's only added if you got the DLC and did that first before this. So, but remember how a while back someone said that man in the New Londo said to enter the Abyss we need the help of Artorias, one of the few people to ever survive it? Well, we've come back to the grave of Artorias. Got past the forest hunters by going around because I didn't want to mess with them. And now let us enter into his grave. Perhaps he's left a clue as to how to enter the abyss. Let's open up the door and see. What's this? An open area. There can't be anything possibly wrong with that. Anyway. Huh. It's a graveyard, so the Artorias is not the only one that was buried here. At least, according to the forest hunters, he was buried here. Whoa! Look at that sword! Holy crap, I want that. Gimme, 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 gimme! God, Great Grey Wolf Sith. If you wanted this game to become any more anime, here we go. Big wolf with a frickin' sword in its mouth. There you go. Anyway, he can be quite difficult. You have to kind of just it's all about range really for him. As well as I'll grab that later. Really, the best method from what I've noticed is getting it close to him and kind of attacking him here. Because if you're far away, he'll still smack you with that sword. This guy's probably more difficult for ranged or sorcery builds, you know. So, I really like the music to this fight too. It's really well done. I forgot the guy who does the composing for this music. Motoi Sakuraba, I think his name is. Yeah, he does a really good job of like kind of the sense of history and just like what's going on here. Ow. I beat him already. Oh, we got the Covenant of Artorias and the Soul Sip for beating that animal. Like humanity and homeward bound. I kind of killed him a bit too quickly. Sorry about that, but when Sif becomes really weak, he starts like limping and like moving around really slow when he stops attacking you. It's pretty sad because you realize it's just a wolf who apparently was protecting the grave of Artorias with his weapon. Well, sorry to see that, buddy, and I'm sorry I killed him so quickly, folks. I didn't mean to. Anyway, it is a sad moment, and if you do the DLC before this fight, the cutscene plays out a bit differently. If you want to see it, there's plenty of videos online. I thought about adding in the cutscene video, like, to the, like, after this video, but I haven't actually played it. I haven't actually got another file set up for this encounter, so yeah, I was a bit ill prepared for this, I'll admit, and I had a whole week to do this too. Oh well. Anyway, Covenant of Artorias. What does that mean? Let's check it out. Oh, we also got the Hornet Ring from behind the grave, so when we do the DLC, a lot of this stuff will make a lot more sense. But for now, all right, the Hornet Ring. One of the special rings granted to the 4 Knights of Wind. The Hornet Ring belonged to the Lord's Blade Chiron. By boosting critical attacks, its wearers can annihilate foes as Chiron's dagger laid waste to Lord Gwyn's enemies. So if you're good at parrying or backstabbing or whatever, this is the ring for you. If you're doing most dex builds will use this. And the Covenant of Artorias. This ring symbolizes Knight Artorias' covenant with the beasts of the abyss. It's where, like Artorias himself, can traverse the abyss. That's it! That's what we need! So to get to the abyss, we need to use this ring. Huh. Interesting. Well, we had to do it for our journey. I'm sorry for disgracing your grave, O warrior, and the great wolf Sif. Actually, we need to read the soul of Sif too while we're here, since we got that. Soul of Sif. Soul of Sif, the great wolf, who guards the grave of Artorias the Abyss Walker. Huh. So he just guarded. He was just a loyal companion to the end. Well, I pray to you in the next life, and hopefully you'll get the reincarnated together, or however this world works. So, with the Covenant of Artorias out of the way, you can now tackle the 4 kings of New Londo, and find the hidden covenant that can be missed by so many players. So I'm going to cut to when I find myself in New Londo, when I'm about to tackle the 4 kings. See you in a minute. Greetings, welcome back. We're in New Londo again, and I've killed the trash while off screen. Get over there, you. Anyway, I forgot to get something when I was here last time. I thought I'd get it now. I completely forgot about this treasure. I was doing some grinding for Titanite chunks, and I ran across this while I was messing around. It's nothing too big, it's just a Proud Knight soul, but I was like, well, I'm trying to grab everything I can. Although I still need, technically if I'm saying that, I still need to go back to the ancient tree and try to grab all the Titanite chunks there. Like the white chunks and stuff like that, but yeah, that's a bit of a hassle for what it's worth. Anyway, we're here in New Londo again, and we're going to tackle the 4 kings. We might need a bit of help here. Actually, okay, the 4 kings are not too bad on the first playthrough, but I would dare say the 4 kings are the hardest bosses to fight on New Game Plus and onward because of the way their mechanics work. But I think for this fight, we're going to summon a beautiful sorceress, Witch Beatrix. She is the game's summon for this encounter. There's usually like one, even on the PlayStation 3 version, if playing online, my internet's still not working, at least at the time of recording, there would usually be like quite a few people here to help you out here. But we can do it with Beatrix and just myself. She actually is pretty decent in this fight for doing range damage, since she's basically a pure sorcerer build. Alright. Let's go inside and tackle the 4 kings. Alright, now if you want to just get to the end, you can drop down from here, but I'm going to take the long way around just for... Oh, is there an actual... Oh, I think there's actually a ghost in here. So, like, sometimes, every once in a while, a ghost will try to, let's see if I can hit it. Let's kill it so she doesn't take damage from that thing. I was wondering if I still had my curse, my temporary curse. Is there another one around here? Better stop doing that, lady. Alright, so let's go down here, the ominous passageway itself towards the 4 kings, on our way to the abyss. Down, down we go, to Goblin Town. I mean, to the abyss. The game is telling us that we are one step closer to a boss and our possible demise as we enter to a place only a handful of people have gone. Artorias, Sif, the 4 kings, and all of them are gone. Well, I mean, the 4 kings are still there, but they're corrupted, so here we are, the point of drop. Now, before you go down here, it is imperative that you equip the crest of the Covenant of Artorias. If you do not, you will auto-die as soon as you enter this thing. Same goes if you're being summoned to fight these guys as a online player. You will auto-die. You cannot survive without this ring. So yeah, you have to use one of your slots for story purposes. So, what can we do? Alright, got our weapons in hands. Alright, let me go ahead and top myself off here. Alright, time to tackle the 4 kings. Like I said, not too bad on the first playthrough, but subsequent New Game Pluses, these guys are actually really hard. Like, just because, like, I'll show you during the mechanics, but here we go. The abyss. Now what? Hello? Oh, boss time against the 4 kings. Now the way this boss fight works is that you fully fight one at a time, but if you take too long fighting the counterparts, they'll eventually like summon more to fight you. So basically, they become like, they start ganging up on you if you're not too careful. So if you got it, try to keep kind of going after them. Ouch! I didn't get away fast enough. Yeah, if he does that, he's preparing for his group attacks, so be careful. Alright. Which Beatrix is pretty good about basically about just taking distractions, really. Alright, we got rid of the first one. That gives us a few seconds to top ourselves off before the second one appears. Or not. I thought I killed this guy pretty quickly, but apparently I didn't. They got 2 attacks, they've got their swipes, they've got the explosions, or sorry, multiple. They've also got a spell like energy beam that they'll shoot at you for their range. So if you're too far away, they'll start throwing that at you. Oh, they also got a grab attack, which will do damage to me. I didn't notice the. Dang it. Well, luckily I've got plenty of not HP. I got plenty of armor, so it didn't do too much to me. But oh, here's the third one. Alright, we're not doing too bad. I'm pretty much taking them out before any more can join us, so I'm surprised they're not doing their explosive ability as often as they should. Usually they're trying to keep trying to blow up on me, you know what I mean? Oh, there we go. I didn't get a chance to do it. How you doing, Beatrix? Or Beatrice, fine? Alright, let's keep... You gotta wait for the final king to appear. I am a bit overpowered. I mean, I've almost maxed out my armor and weapons. So, yeah. But like I said, on future playthroughs, these guys are... Oh, here's the ranged beam attack. Actually, a good shield to have for this would be a high weapon protection shield. Or not weapon, magic protection. So if you're worried about the... if you're worried about that blast, that would be a good one to hit and use. Almost got him. Oh, did we get him? Goodbye, 4 kings. Wait. There's like a... Okay, technically 5 kings, I guess, in this case, because he's still got like a smidgen of health left. There we go. Yes. By the way, they'll keep spawning. I think max is 4. But they'll keep going until you know. And we got the bequeathed Lord Soul Shard for our efforts. What the fuck is that? Oh! Wait, Kingseeker Frampt? Is that you? Oh, and Beatrice leaves. Great, thanks. What the hell is that? That can't be Kingseeker Frampt, huh? I mean, he doesn't live in the Abyss. And he looks... Oh, this guy looks a bit different. I don't know why. Well, let's light the bonfire first and rest before we talk to this new individual. If you place the Lord... by the way, we already know this ain't Kingseeker Frampt because I've already spoiled it before. If you put the Lord Vessel on before you do this little thing, which you can do the new Londo 4 Kings fight way before you get to enter Londo because of the way it's set up. All you have to do is kill that one dude for his key and everything like that. But anyway, if you put the Lord Vessel on with Kingseeker Frampt's help, this guy will never appear, and most people miss him until they either look online or whatever. And I'll admit, I missed him too the first time because, I mean, heck, you're not going to find everything the first time through, but... Alright, who are you, strange serpent? You're not Kingseeker Frampt.
Greetings, undead warrior. I am the primordial serpent, Darkstalker Calf. I can guide thee and illuminate the truth. The truth I shall share without sentiment. After the advent of fire, the ancient lords found the 3 souls, but your progenitor found a 4th, unique soul, the Dark Soul. Your ancestor claimed the Dark Soul and waited for fire to subside. And soon the flames did fade, and only dark remained. Thus began the Age of Men, the Age of Dark. However, Lord Gwyn trembled at the dark, clinging to his Age of Fire and in dire fear of humans, and the Dark Lord who would one day be born amongst them. Lord Gwyn resisted the course of nature by sacrificing himself to link the fire and commanding his children to shepherd the humans. Gwyn has blurred your past to prevent the birth of the Dark Lord. I am the primordial serpent. I seek to right the wrongs of the past, to discover our true lord. But the other serpent, Framt, lost his sense and befriended Lord Gwyn. Undead warrior, we stand at a crossroads. Only I know the truth about your fate. You must destroy the fading Lord Gwyn, who has coddled fire and resisted nature, and become the fourth Lord, so that you may usher in an age of dark.
Well, by the way, this decision doesn't change the ending. There's a specific set of circumstances. Basically, there's just one thing. There's two things you can do at the very end. So even if you decide to not do it, I mean, doing it's fine. Just you still have a choice by the end of it. So basically, what this guy has told us is that basically they're basically keeping the world alive by pittance of their powers. This guy says we should just take out Gwyn and let the darkness come in, and we can be the new Dark Lord themselves. And it's interesting how I've been told two different stories by these snakes. One says on the Chosen Undead, keep the Ring of Fire, or the Age of Fire going as a good soul, as a good supporter of Lord Gwyn. And this guy's like, screw that. They're stopping progress. Time for the darkness to come back again. So anyway, I'm just gonna say yes, I'll help you out. Why not?
Very well. I shall now guide you to Gwyn's prison. Be still, and trust thine flesh to me.
Once again, our asses are swallowed by these nasty serpents. Gross. Ugh. Sick! Why does everyone keep trying to eat me?
This is Gwyn's prison. Now, place the Lord Vessel upon the altar.
Wait, so this Firelink, like, shrine or whatever you want to call it, is the prison of Lord Gwyn? The other guy didn't tell me that. Why do I not know? Why is everyone trying to lie to me and manipulate me? Ugh. It makes me quite annoyed.
What is it? Place the Lord Vessel upon the altar.
Now, if you don't have a homeward bone, you're basically stuck. Like, basically by this decision, you basically, if you put the Lord Vessel on while doing this dude, you basically, Kingseeker Franch will disappear from the storyline. So he can't give you any more clues or whatever, and you can't feed him items anymore, which is kind of annoying. That's one of the more annoying parts with siding with this serpent here. But if you still want to keep them, at least until you make your final decision, if you still want to kind of decide if you want to do it via Framt or Koth here, then just homeward bone back to the fire, and they'll still basically, they'll still both be friendly to you till you actively decide to place the Lord Vessel by one or the other. Now, the reason I'm showing... Okay, story-wise, I'm going to still go with Kingseeker Franch by via a course of how a normal playthrough would go, but I'm just showing you if you want to play an alternate path, and an access to a secret covenant that is not easily accessible. However, I want to go ahead and get my original covenant dispelled before I do this, just so I don't have to pay the sin penalties or whatever. So I'm going to take a quick cut, clear my old covenant from Oswald, and then come back here and talk to Koth again. So I'll be right back in just a few seconds. Alright, we're back again. I've cleared my covenant, given myself a bunch of humanity here, because to level up in Koth's covenant, you need humanity. One of the two covenants that uses humanity for this. So let's talk to Koth again.
If you wish, I shall grant the art of life drain, the legendary power of the Dark Lord. It can preserve your humanity while undead, and cast off the shackles placed upon your brethren.
If you enter the Covenant, basically certain enemies or NPCs will now net humanity when you kill them with the Dark Hand. And if you go online, when you attack players with the Dark Hand, you can steal their humanity too. And depending on what level you are in the Covenant, depends on how much humanity it goes. I think level 1, it's 1 humanity. Level rank 2, it's 3. Rank 3, it's 5. And I think the final rank is 7, I think? I'll have to double check, but yeah. Anyway, before we do that, let's talk to her real quick.
Undead warrior, to speak now is premature. It begins with your retrieval of the Lord Vessel.
Basically, it says this is if you because you can talk to this guy before you even go to enter Londo and get the, like, after you ring the Bell of Awakening, you can still find this guy first, and he can tell you what you need to do about the Lord Vessel. So there was some dialogue I missed by not getting to him like really early in the game, but you know, it'd be an interesting way to play through a game again to do that. You could do that as well if you want. But
they failed me, every last one of them. They were strong, but saw not the truth. I am certain that you will prove different.
Koth is talking about the Four Kings, and they say the Four Kings fell to the darkness, and it's highly implied that Koth is the one who convinced them down this dark path. So even though he tells us all this stuff about a Dark Lord and how Gwyn's just keeping the Age of Fire around for really no reason, it's hard to trust this guy, especially with what he's done in the past.
They failed.
Oh, anyway, so it's the same thing. All right, let's enter the Covenant. Let's join the Dark Wraith Covenant. You get a Dark Hand, which you can also drop if you kill the Dark Wraiths in New Londo. And the Covenant's established. And you have to offer humanity. You can also buy cracked red eye orbs, which allow you to invade other worlds. That's when you see all those red invaders. They have the cracked red eye orbs. You can now buy it here. There is a full red eye orb, which you have to get by entering, I think it's rank. As long as you offer a humanity, you get the red eye orb itself. Now, to max out the full potential of this, technically you want to get rank 4, which requires 100 humanity. But for my needs, all I want to get is rank 3, which gives me an armor set from it, which is 30, which is why I've gained so many as it is. So let's offer the first one to get rank 1, and after that I'm going to cut off screen when I get the rest of the ranks. So yeah, he starts taking our humanity. You already know it's a bad sign when humanity is what he uses to offer the allegiance to it. Or maybe it was 3 or something. Maybe it's 3. I'll show you the 3 after that. I'll cut it. Sorry, it's been a while since I've looked up the details of the Covenant packs and stuff like that. Oh, it's 5, isn't it? I just wanted to show you getting the red eye orb first, because there's an actual orb you can get where you don't have to use the cracked eye orbs anymore. Kind of like with the Gwendolyn Covenant, where you it must be 10. I keep forgetting. So, all right. Anyway, what I'm gonna do off screen is I'm just gonna offer the rest of the humanity, and I'll cut to when I get a reward for ranks I get. So I'll see you all in a moment. Alright, after entering 10 ranks, we get the cracked red eye orb. It's like the blue eye orb. You can basically invade people as many times as you want to get more humanity and stuff like that. So it's worth, at least if you're going to do a lot of invading, it's worth to at least get Covenant rank 1. So anyway, with that, I'll see you back when I hit rank 3, because rank 2, is, if I remember, doesn't give you anything. So I'll be back in a second after I've given 30 humanity. Alright, with us entering rank 3 of the Covenant, we get the Dark Sword and the Dark Armor set. Basically, we look like the Dark Wraiths that have been hanging around underground, so yeah, that's how you end up looking like those suckers right there. So All right. Well, after that, that's pretty much all I want from this Covenant. So he doesn't say anything new. There will be some different dialogue choices now that we've... and if you decide to stick with Koth and decide to put the Lord Vessel on as him, he'll have different dialogue telling you about like what you need to do when you grab all the souls, put on the Lord Vessel and stuff like that. Usually most people do this when they do their second playthrough and stuff like that, just to kind of see it different. But for the purposes of first playthroughs, I'm gonna choose Kingseeker Framed. So basically, as soon as you choose one of the serpents, the other one will disappear for the rest of the game. Just kind of keep that in mind. So if you want to keep raising up in the Covenant of this one, for example, you can still be in the Covenant if you lose him just as soon as you abandon it. He's, you know, you can't join back until New Game Plus, stuff like that. But I've already gotten what I need from this, so I'm good there. However, there's one little thing I want to show before we finish this episode. Now, you remember how we came across Witch Beatrice or whatever? Now, there's a bit more to her if you kind of look around after the fight with the Four Kings. This one's another one that's easy to miss because just, you know, like this game weirdly has some like, not like over exploration, but it has like weird sort of backtracking where if you don't like go back to certain areas after certain points, you could easily miss something, which I don't even know how people would figure that out, really. It's like when you meet Sigmire in the swamps of Blighttown, you know, after talking up above, like there'd be no reason to go back that way unless you forgot about doing the tree. But if you already did the tree and everything, unless you like were grinding for like green shards or something like that, you completely miss out on that part of the storyline. For Sigmire, for example, or getting or finding out more about Witch Beatrice, or you know, certain other characters, or if you go to certain areas sooner than others, like you can run into patches like a lot earlier if you decided to go into the catacombs before then. So, but anyway, we want to go back to the Valley of Drakes. Ho ho, what's that? An item has appeared. This is near where the zombie dragon is, or the alternate entrance to Blighttown over that way here. But yeah, after you summon Beatrice, actually, I don't think you actually have to summon Beatrice. I think you can just beat the new kings and this is here. But this appears after the new Four Kings fight. We get the witch's clothing of Beatrice herself. So, was that... Story-wise, it's hard to say. Was that Beatrice's last stand? Or did she helped us and then tried to fight the Four Kings by herself and ended up succumbing to the abyss and dying and falling here? It's hard to say. The story was never completely told. But let's check out the armor we get. It's actually a pretty neat set. Works better if you're playing a sorcery build for the most part. But, oh yeah, I guess I should show you the dark armor as well. Mask of the Dark Wraith. Former knights of the New Londo who descended to the docks. Some say the skeletal mask of an ancient Dark Wraith is partially fused with the flesh of his face. Their armor transformed remains a symbol of the Dark Servants and the diabolical art of life drain. Alright, anyway, let's check out the Beatrice's armor set. I know I haven't read a lot of these armor sets. There's quite a few of them. I almost have all the sets that are designated by random characters and stuff like that. Is her set? Ah, it's up here. Hat to the rogue witch Beatrice. Almost all magic users that employ a wand studied at the Dragon School, but Beatrice is one of the few exceptions. She braved the abyss, but did not live to tell of her ordeal. Well, there you go. That's pretty much it. And let's check out her catalyst. It's not bad. It's not the best catalyst in the game, but it's pretty decent for sorcerer builds. Catalyst belonging to Beatrice, the rogue witch. Contrast with Vinheim catalyst. Vinheim is the other school of magic who that one dude we saved in the Undeadburg with his master Big Hat Logan. They're Vinheim sorcerers. This ancient catalyst shows signs of being used for age. Old sorceries. It's passed to the hands of many generations to get to you. Interesting. One of many secrets that could have easily been missed through exploration of the game. But I think with that, we want to do one last thing, I think, before we end the episode. I think it'll be a nice little top off. Is we'll finally put the Lord Vessel on and unlock the next encounters for all the bosses. Yeah, by putting the Lord Vessel on, we can now finally access all the... I should have actually rested to the Firelink Shrine. Sorry, Koth. Your direction does not seem right to me. Begone! I will not choose the Dark Lord, although it sounds pretty cool. A Dark Lord of the Sith? Sort of. Except they still need light in all this. This Dark Lord is like, there's no light at all, period. Anyway, if we want to put the Lord Vessel on, all we have to do is choose the warp option with the creatures, or with the serpents and whatnot. So, let's talk to... The hell? Hey, buddy! Hey! I want to warp down there. Hey! You make me so mad!
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Well and wide awake. Do not treat me like an old withering snake.
Oh, he didn't go aggro on me. Oh! Huh. Well, I guess my anger has taught me a good lesson. If you need something immediately, then... Yeah, we know. Just skip that. And we'll finally place the Lord Vessel on, and we'll finally actually encounter the levels that I'd skipped before because I didn't want to completely go through all of them. Well, I wanted to, but, you know, you have to do the plot first, so anyway, let's skip it. Yeah, final choice, folks. If you want to do Dark Seether, if you want to be friends with Koth, you know, like I said, it doesn't change a whole lot other than conversations and who's your patron. The ending can still be whatever you want, because of just how the ending works, but like I said, it just depends on... I'd rather keep Kingseeker Fram to just do the dark side, do the alternate ending when you beat the game, just because you can feed items to him and stuff like that. But anyway, let's put the Lord Vessel on and seal our alliance with Kingseeker Fram. With the Lord Vessel placed upon, we've unlocked all of the last 3 areas we need to do to power the Lord Vessel and fill it up with the souls of those formerly of Gwyn's retinue. Funny thing, I say 3 because the 4th one would have been the 4 kings, but we kind of already beat them and took their souls. Yeah. So, which boss will I encounter next? Which soul will I encounter next? Find out next time on the next episode of Dark Souls. Join me, will you, as I encounter and finally get started with the next part of the plot. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. And don't go hollow now, you hear?